sorry, I love you, but
no.
I'm not taking care of your dad for you. Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I'm a director living in Taiwan.
Hey everyone, I'm Luke, cinematographer living in Taiwan.
And today we want to talk about a film from 2021, this year, Man in Love.
男人恋爱时.
So this film is about a gangster who falls in love. He's like a money collector. He works for a money collector.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls in love with one of the people that he's supposed to be collecting money from.
Yeah.
So he kind of develops a plan. He says like, okay, you go on dates with me and then you don't have to pay back the money.
Yeah.
And then she kind of starts to fall in love with him as well because she sees that he is actually a very good person. He doesn't really want to be a gangster.
No.
And they develop this relationship. But because he is a gangster and he lives this life, they kind of can't really be together because he ends up ruining everything.
Yeah.
It's a very kind of classic kind of story of like bad guy, good girl, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
like,
Beauty and the Beast.
Lady
exactly.
and the Tramp. This kind of thing of like she wants to change this guy but he wants to be good for her, but he can't, blah, blah, blah. And I think on the downside of this film, I definitely think that the cliche of the film is pretty strong. Like, seen this type of movie before. A lot of it is very predictable. Like, every beat of the movie, I knew kind of what was going to happen.
Yes.
Like, I was like, okay, he's going to get robbed here. Okay, he's going to go to jail. Okay, he's going to try and get her back. Okay, he's going to get sick. Like, all these things, like, there was a lot of turns in the movie, but every single one of them I could see coming from like a mile away.
Just could say, it just already, it seems too many times before.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, so for me, I definitely think the film was enjoyable to watch. Like, as I was watching it, I liked it a lot. I thought that the two characters were very charismatic. I think the main actor is really good.
Really good.
And the character work he did with the gangster to make him a believable person. The motivation, and everything he did was, like, I really believed it, and I really, like, cared about him and wanted him to, felt bad for him when he was kind of stuck in this situation. So I think he did a great job. But I just think that the story, I was thinking to myself as I'm watching it, I'm like, so is this the kind of film that we're always going to have to watch? Is this kind of tragedy, romance, sort of comedy thing? It's like, is this... I get that like makes money, so that's what we get. But it just feels like I kind of wish there was something more that we could be seeing.
But for me, it's very entertainment movie.
Yeah,
it seems to be very satisfying when I watch it. After I watch it, I feel I really wanted to sharing with people to enjoy the movie as well, because something you get from the movie is pure happiness.
Yeah.
You feel
for sure.
so satisfied.
It definitely feels, it's a feel-good kind of movie. I mean, even though it's pretty depressing though.
Even the storyline is so depressed, someone is dead, but still you feel, well, there's a happiness or 幸福感, inside the story because people loving each other.
Yeah.
So the way you feel is the full of love in the world, so it's not totally bad. It's just something just don't really goes well, but you still feel, well, there's hope, there's happiness. So you want to share into someone you like, share into someone you love, want to watch again. So it's good in business.
Yeah, for sure. I think one criticism people might have, I don't actually feel this way, but I think from like a feminist perspective, the movie has a little bit of a problem in that like this guy basically kind of like coerces her, like forces her. Like they're not on a, they don't start, because she owes him money, and then he's like, okay, date me.
They're not even. One thing I don't like is about the female character. She seems to be always on the side of negative. I'm not saying negative. It's just
too many bad things happen to her.
Bad thing happened to her, and she has no control of it. He seems to be always be dragged along. She's not.
She has no agency. Yeah.
She didn't make any choice at all.
That's true, actually. So, a big problem I had with the film was the ending when she begins taking care of the father of the guy that dies. Because throughout the film, spoilers, she ends up her father ends up dying of a disease. Then her boyfriend, the guy, ends up dying of a disease, and then the dad of him ends up dying of like Alzheimer's, or he gets Alzheimer's, and she takes care of him. So throughout this film, she's taking care of these guys, and she had never seems like she, like you said, she never seems like she has a choice in it. She's like, they force these guys on her and are like, okay, take care of this guy now.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the way they present the final thing of the father, they're like, the guy's like, oh, since you lost your dad, I'll give you my dad. But it's like, maybe she doesn't want the dad.
Yeah.
She has to take care of him. Why? That's not a present.
Yeah. So this is the biggest problem I have about this movie. Is how about making more power? Give her more power to make choice herself.
100%.
What?
100%.
Why not make her like more like someone who has her own mind? I mean, perspective of.
Well, like they have this thing of she wants to open this drink shop. Like, why not let her do that? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why not at the end? I mean, honestly, the movie would be. I mean, I think it's a little bit of a cultural thing because I think the idea of being like 孝顺, like filial, is like very important.
Yeah.
So I think that like you couldn't really have it in a movie where the guy's like, here, since you have a dad, you can take care of my dad. And she's be like, you know what? I actually don't want to. I'm gonna open a drink shop and like I have my own life. So sorry, I love you, but no. I'm not taking care of your dad for you. Like, I feel like that people would maybe look negatively on her if she did that. But I think that would be an interesting choice of the film. I love the beginning of the film, actually. I think one of the best parts of the film was the opening. Like, the introduction to the character was set up so well by the director. Yes. Like, how he's like chewing on this, like, sugar cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not, like, there's people behind him in the background getting beaten up. Mm-hmm. And you can tell he's, like, the boss, but he doesn't really care. Yeah. You can see this kind of attitude that he has. It definitely builds all these layers to this character, like, really, really quickly. I would even like show this to people and be like, okay, this is how you set up a character. Like, it's done perfectly. Like, throughout the opening scene, the opening 5 minutes of the movie, you immediately like are connected to this guy. Mm-hmm. You know what his problems are. You know what his strengths are. You know, like, you like him. All this happens within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, pretty well made, pretty well designed. And also I like, because it is originally from Korea. So Taiwan make our own version. Yeah. So they bring a lot of culture in terms of dressing, in food, in the location setting. It's so Taiwan.
And the way they talk.
Is so Taiwan. You practically feel, well, it's story from Taiwan, but actually this script is from Korea.
I mean, I didn't know that actually until you told me that this was a remake.
So I feel very convinced by the director to transform this kind of details into Taiwan version of it. So I feel pretty impressed.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think it's really well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
Just so Taiwanese. So,
good.
Yeah. You don't tell it from Korea. It's just so well changed.
Yeah. That was very good. Anything else about the film that you liked or didn't like?
Let me think about it. And did you cry in any?
Oh yeah, I mean, for me, I'm pretty easy to cry in films. Like, I always cry when people die. Yeah. Like, that always gets me. So I cried twice when the characters died, and when they had the funeral, I thought was very emotional. So because for me, the sad thing about the death isn't like that the person's dead. It's that like how the people who are still alive have to deal with it. Yeah. And I think that they really filmed that well. They show like the sadness and the grief that people feel when somebody that they care about dies.
You mean the funeral, the main character try to host for her father?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, the scene is so, because in the scene I already know he's going to do things for her, right? But the scene they're doing made me feel so emotional. Like, they set out all the flowers, they set out all the people coming to the funeral, and the way, I think it's the particular moment the girl loves
she loves him because she realizes like, oh wow, he actually cares about me enough to do all this stuff. So I think
he really convinced me there's love in people's heart. And also I wanted to kind of want to be him, like this kind of person who full of love in his mind. Like he trying to love everybody around him.
Yeah.
And he tried his best to love someone he really like. It's just about it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
And he is so passionate about doing everything. He do everything the best. He even his life, like he can throw away his life just
for other people. Yeah.
Just easy for other people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
really, I like the character, the design,
100%.
Really
100%.
adorable. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think as a movie to watch, it's definitely enjoyable. Like I think it's not a waste of time to watch. Definitely check it out, Man in Love. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it there. I believe it's on. I don't know if it's international, but get your VPN.
Yeah.
All right. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and let us know if you have any film you'd like us to review. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.